Welcome to the award-winning podcast, the Eavesdrop podcast. You're welcome. This episode is brought to you by DoorDash and Burr. I'll tell you a little bit more about them later on in the episode. My man Swagg in the building.
What's good?
Give me some. Dude.
Oh, man.
Dude. The only reason he's here, though, is because his flight got canceled. He was not going to come.
We found some opportunity, some time, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. So what happened? Just the storms? What is it? Texas weather?
Oh no, I think it was because I think there's so many people's flights getting canceled, and there was like mad lightning and thunder last night. So I was like, man, I'd be looking good. So our flight got delayed like 8 or 9 hours. So
yeah, immediately when I saw the lightning yesterday, as we were as we went on stage against Ultra, I'm like, all the flights are gonna get canceled. So I started telling some of the players, I'm like, yo, if you guys start leaving tomorrow, don't just fucking rebook for Tuesday. What I've learned in my traveling in the last decade is that the second that they cancel it twice, just go and get a bed. Go and get a bed somewhere because those same people whose flights are canceled are gonna get those same beds because they're just gonna say, I'll just leave tomorrow. Because sitting around in the airport is like boring for fucking absolutely everyone.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'd rather go lay in my bed at the hotel and watch a show or do some work than sitting in there.
Sitting airport.
Yeah. No, you'll be sweaty for your flight. Not my deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, welcome to the podcast. You've been around for a very, very long time.
Long time.
Yeah, but in the last couple of years, you've blown up like fucking nuts, man. That's insane. Crazy. Congrats.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Awesome, man. Like I was telling you before, bro. Like 16-year-old me, 17-year-old me would go crazy right now.
So 10 years ago, you would have been going nuts.
Bro, I'd be like, this is insane. Like, could we get your autograph X type shit?
Yeah. So tell me your story, man. Like, where were you born? Like, what's your deal?
Yeah, no, I was born in L.A. and I was born a triplet. So I have a brother and sister. Yeah.
Triplets?
Triplet.
Get out of here.
Yup. My dad told me this story, man. He said when they were like the ultrasound, like when they find out, they said they were having twins. And my dad was like, all right, cool. Came back for the second ultrasound, found out they're having triplets. He said he nearly passed out.
Triplets.
3 at once.
3 at once. So you, your brother,
sister.
And sister?
I was the baby, last one to come out.
Yeah. About how many minutes?
Like 2 minutes. We were like 2 minutes apart.
Not this brother.
Yes.
Oh, him.
Yes.
So he's your triplet.
Yes.
And then your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
She's about to have a baby too.
Oh man. Is it just one baby?
Yep.
So do you think that you're gonna have like, because that's how it happens, right?
Is it?
Yeah. Are you listening? Is she ready for something like that?
Nah, I don't know. Triplet. Look at the age. You wilding right now.
No. Just know that that's how it happens. Like the amount of people that are twins, that have twins or the gene, like that's an actual thing. I know this because I don't know why. It's one of those things that I like about humanity.
Yeah.
Like twins. I've seen documentaries on twins, triplets. Like I don't know why, but I'm always like,
interested.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys have like a special like secret language or anything?
Nah, but it was just always nice because like, you know, you're in school and like always, especially when we first started school, different schools, you don't really have anybody to hang out with. But you're triplets. Yeah, you have all of us. So
but as kids, you guys didn't have your own language, way of communicating. Like,
nah, not really.
Like, if he got hit, did you feel it? Like that sort of thing.
Types that like some telepathy. Yeah. Nah, it was never like that. But like we kind of.
Well, for you, what about for them?
I don't know. Maybe maybe he had special powers. I don't know. But imagine you, like, let's say you have 2 kids, 2 daughters, right?
One daughter, Olivia.
One daughter, Olivia. Imagine having 3 at once. How would you feel?
That'd be awesome.
3?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, I mean, one of the reasons that we don't have more kids is because Jude can't because she's a hemophiliac.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So she almost died giving birth to my daughter. Yeah, it was the scariest moment of my life.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I was gonna lose, the love of my life, and I was also gonna have to be a single dad.
Yeah. Glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, same.
Blessings, man.
Dude, yeah, amen. But it would have been cool if we had triplets. That'd be
3?
So cool. Yeah, 3.
What would you? How many girls? How many boys would you want?
All girls.
All girls, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'd be cool to have I only say that because I'm a different man now than I was before I had my daughter.
Yep.
Having a daughter changed me forever. Like I was more conscious of the way that I was being. Growing up in the 80s, 90s, like you grew up in this like super Mexican too, like super macho fucking culture.
Yep.
And you're almost inclined to never change your ways just because of dumb shit. And not that I was fucking wilding out, disrespecting women or nothing like that, exactly. Right? But you are a little bit more conscious. I'm a little bit more conscious now about the way that I act, the things that I say, because my daughter's there, and I don't want her to grow up thinking that that her dad doesn't believe that she's got the same abilities as that. But I do remind her every single time when I'm being stern with her. I'm like, hey. You always say that because Jude, my wife, will always be like, if you're a boy, he'd be treating you way different. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? Like, I would not, there'll be no soft in my voice. It'd be like straight, direct.
Yep.
You know? But with her, when I'm being stern, I'm like, baby, darling, I am treating you the same way that I would treat you. This is how it is. You know, if you're doing something that you're not supposed to, I'm going to talk to you a certain way.
I feel it's like Kobe. Like, Kobe, I talked about how, like, he has, like, when he had 3 or 4 daughters, he said, like, and someone asked, like, would you want a boy? He said, no. He's like, I want all girls.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand.
Yeah,
that.
now, you know, if you would have asked me this before she was born, I would have said a boy. Absolutely, right? I would want, you know, a second me. But then I'm like, is that good? You know what I mean?
He said that good. I mean, I think you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that, you know, whatever. Especially because of how I am, just with everyone around me. Like, I push everybody to their limits. I know that that I'd be a little bit tougher on him just because of that. But then, you know, my daughter like changed me. So yeah, it would have been super cool. A boy would have been nice, but
little mini HECZ.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trade, you know, her for the. She is a mini HECZ. You know what I mean?
Like,
she's got the same attitude.
Is
she's
she
very
into video
direct.
games?
Yeah. She's 11, so right now she's playing Zelda on her Switch.
Yeah.
She plays Minecraft on her iPad. I've tried to get her to switch over to PC just because it's a better experience.
Of course.
She just won't listen.
How does she like COD? Does she like Call of Duty that much, or
she understands it and watches it, but she won't play it.
She won't play it,
and I wouldn't care if she did.
Facts.
You know, because she understands the difference, right? Like she's I don't know. She'd be fine, but she's just not her thing.
Yeah,
you know, she's all about art. She's all about Zelda and Pokemon and Minecraft and her dogs. You know what I mean?
Feel it.
So, all right. So growing up, triplets. Like, man, how do you, like, what is that? What was that like on your parents, right? Because obviously you don't expect that. Your parents or your mom's side of the family, do they have twins or triplets in their lineage?
Nobody had, not even mom or dad's side. But it was a crazy dynamic because my dad, he loved basketball, so we all started playing basketball at the age of like 5 at the YMCA's, and so like he would always like take us out to shoot, you know, outside of practice and stuff like that. So he was really hard on us. He was our coach until I like to like 14. So I mean, I'm sure you've heard stories like as your dad is a coach, it's very it's a weird dynamic. It's like if things are going good on the court, hey, home's up. Like you're having dinner's fine, but if it's bad on the court, it's bad at home.
Is it?
Yeah, so it was rough, man. You know, I had a bad attitude growing up. I'll admit that. So it was always tough. We all had bad attitudes. So it was definitely like the struggle, but it was cool though. It was always nice having positive
I Googled you once when you started to become like more and more popular. Just, you know, that's what I do. It's my job. Right?
Yeah, facts.
As the best general manager ever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. But I was going, and then I saw, and it was like basketball. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this can't. I'm like, and then I started doing it. I see you fucking shooting hoops.
Yep.
When like you were good. Obviously, there's like that's the first thing that comes. Like, even now, as you're famous as you are today, because of
I ain't famous.
Internet popular. Then whatever you want to call it, you're up there. How many people watch you like on average live?
Like 20K.
Yeah, it's a basketball stadium.
It's cool.
It's a basketball stadium.
Yeah.
You didn't have a bigger crowd watching you play ball.
Nah, facts.
No, right? So yeah, famous, right? Whatever level, you know what I'm saying? But I saw it. I'm like, man, I played ball growing up. I was never that good. I was good enough. If I had better grades, maybe I would have developed more.
Did you play varsity?
No, I didn't have the grades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just really, really, you know, shitty. But I played a ball every single day. Both of my friends were in varsity and, you know, whatever.
Yep.
And maybe I wasn't good enough to play varsity either. I never got to even try because of my grades.
Okay.
And it wasn't that I was a dumb student. It's just that I didn't fuck with homework and I didn't fuck with like.
No, I feel it.
All that shit. I was in my book drawing graffiti every single class. When they asked me, it's like, yo, where'd you learn how to draw graffiti? I was like, history class. You know what I'm saying?
Like just sitting there just doing it.
I'm just sitting there just like learning letters and shit. That was the icebreaker. I would draw girls' names. I'd be like, yo.
Wow.
Yeah, you know
all
I mean?
fancy and stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, yo, he's like, yeah, I did this for you.
They're like, oh my God,
yeah,
it looks so good.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for me, it started as an icebreaker and then it developed into something else. All right, so you played ball from the time that you were what?
5 until like I was like 19, 20.
And then tell me your basketball experience. Like obviously you were fucking mega good. You had scouts looking at you and shit from what I read.
Yeah, it was a weird time because like social media wasn't that big. So like, you know, with now, like if you're a good hooper, I mean anybody can find you. But back then, like IG wasn't, you know, Instagram wasn't that crazy, Twitter wasn't that crazy. So, and in Arizona there was only 2 Division I schools out of all Arizona. So it was really hard to get recruited.
Yeah.
And my dad had always said, like, we were growing up, he's like, either in college you're either gonna play basketball, He said either you're gonna go to school for grades or he said you're going to the military. It was one of those three. He's like you're not finna at 18 be sitting up in a house and just not doing anything.
Same.
So it was always like I was a good student, but like I wasn't like an A+. So I wasn't getting a scholarship for grades and for basketball. I was good, but I wasn't like, 6'7", between the legs, getting a full ride Division I scholarship.
Could you dunk?
I could, but I've never dunked in a game. I was always a 2-foot jumper, and my dad wasn't like the greatest athlete, so I wasn't the greatest athlete either. So I had to learn a few like skills. Yeah, he was really hard on us on shooting. We were all great shooters. Yeah. My
dad grew up playing soccer. Played soccer all the way for as long as I can remember. He was like a soccer player. So when we moved to the United States and I was playing ball, my dad's like, it was like, what the fuck? It's like, no, you play your soccer. Like,
okay.
But basketball to me was like, I grew up in the Jordan era, right? I'm a big Jordan fan, obviously, right? Like I
wish I would have grew up in that era, man. Yeah. I think I would have a great understanding and just appreciation of how great he was. Because like if you weren't there watching him during that time, you don't understand it. Same thing with Kobe. Like these young kids, like. You don't know how great Kobe was unless you watched him on a, you know what I mean, like in the playoffs.
You don't see it, right? And they'll find like specific pictures or videos of Jordan playing like in the early parts of his career where he was playing the plumbers and the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But an athlete is an athlete, and you don't get to move the way that this motherfucker moved just because of your competition. That's you.
I mean, no one's doing the hang time. You know what I mean? Like he was definitely different, man.
And then you could look. I'm not here to compare, right? I love LeBron. I think he's a great athlete. Yep. The only time I ever talk like a little bit of smack about that is when he's, obviously when somebody's comparing him to Jordan, and I'm like, well, I grew up. That was my athlete, right? Like,
but like you've seen both. You know what I'm saying? So I think you have a valid. Are you like you've seen them both in their times. I've never seen Jordan, so whenever it comes to that argument, I just go,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll just say Kobe just because that was my favorite player.
Every single time I talk with Jack Courage specifically, or even Nate Shadow, or anybody that doesn't, I'm like, I've seen you shoot. Right? When Pamaj opens his mouth about basketball, I'm like, dude, I've seen you. I've seen you on the court. And you
just have no idea like how like I don't know, some of the things that these guys can do is just unless I don't know, it's just like unless you saw Jordan play in his prime when he's young all the way until he retired, like you wouldn't know how great he is.
Nah, and people also need to remember that he paved the way for a lot of the shit that's happening now, right?
You watched the documentary?
Yeah, of course. I was in it. I was in the documentary last episode.
Oh, you did.
Last episode.
You were you at the game or something?
No, I was at I was on the following day for the what's that? For the event that they do afterwards, the championship event.
Does the celebration, the parade?
Yeah, the parade. Yeah,
I saw you tweet about it. I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, it's me, my boy, who moved here to Texas too, and this other guy, and then my other boy who's shorter, who's like a fucking dope ass point guard. But I was in it.
I was like, "That's so awesome!" And I saw the documentary. I didn't realize how much of an icon, but like Jordan was like an icon, but on a worldwide scale during that time.
Yeah, I mean LeBron is too. You know
same,
what I mean? Like only a certain level of people get to do that, right? Like
globally.
Shaq, Shaq for sure because he's Shaq.
Of course.
Obviously Ronaldo and Messi because it's soccer, so that's a global.
See, that's
thing.
one world that I definitely want to just learn more about, but I don't understand too much. Is like the soccer world and how, huge
massive.
It is.
It's so much bigger than anything else that's ever been a thing.
That's what I'm saying. So I definitely want to get into it. And I think I just watched my second ever soccer match recently. It was England versus who they
Argentina?
Play? No, who just played who just played in the finals? England versus Italy?
Yeah, Italy.
Yeah, and I was watching. I was locked. And it was I mean the score was like 1-1, but like I was watching the penalty kicks and I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Bro, it is that's the first ever global phenomena, right? Like that actually happened, which is why those athletes are that. And Hitch and I were having a conversation about fame, right? And we're saying, my thought was like, the reason that they get paid that much is because you're essentially just giving up your life for that. You can't go to the store.
There's no way.
You can't do normal shit. You just cannot do normal shit if you're Ronaldo.
Especially
or Messi.
If you're Ronaldo. Like, bro, you have to move so different.
Yeah.
Like you can't just,
and that's why you get paid what you get paid.
Yeah,
because you're literally giving up your life for the public to enjoy you and love you and be that. You're no longer yours. You belong to somebody else. So I'm like, man, I don't. It'd be nice to have all that cheese, sure.
Of course. But I think like,
moving, dude. I in my shoes, in their shoes, I appreciate my ability to go to the grocery store.
Most definitely.
get my shit and just be out.
They got to plan like days ahead. Like, oh, Ronaldo tells us people, oh, I want to go here. All right, well, we have to plan a week in advance. We have to check security there. We have to get you there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, man, they pay what they get paid so they can, like, because they're giving up. I mean, think about Justin Bieber. Think about Drake. Think about all these mega famous people. They can't live a normal life.
No.
And I bet you that they do miss that because it's got to be like taxing to always be on for people. Women specifically have it the worst. They catch them with bad makeup on or no makeup on, and immediately they get fucking judged. Like, can I fucking live?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Like that to me is the one.
Like they always have to look glamorous 24/7.
Or their stock goes down in value, or they specifically pick wrong ones to do. Like I mean, man, I again, I'm happy like where I'm at right now. Like I think I've reached that level of, you know, popularity where it allows me to do what I love to do for a living, but I can also go to the restaurant with my family and not be like, yo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so Ninja, right? Like he specifically, when Seth
especially at the height of his, like when Ninja was at the height of his.
I mean,
like,
even now, right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he'll ever be able to go back to like, unless he lets his hair not be that color or whatever. But like when we travel, we always get the hellos. But like Ninja, like specifically in the last 3 years, like going to the airport with his hair the way that it is, like people are gonna recognize him, and not only are the kids gonna be there, but every single parent, at least for us, well, maybe, you know, you soon will be maybe like that. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Hey, I always just say I take it one day at a time, man. I just always. You know, like it's always for me about I'm only as good as my last streamer video.
Yeah.
So I don't really focus on like the bigger picture. I'm always just like day to day.
Day to day. That's the way to do it, man. Because you don't want to get bogged down on the stresses that the future may hold. Because then you're worrying about make believe shit that's maybe happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know. But for him, I was just like, I'm like, man, because we were at 2 years ago.
Because you roll with him a lot. Like you guys,
not really a lot, but when like 2 years ago when COVID dropped. And we were in Vegas, like he had a security guard, bro. And it wasn't just the kids it was the parents who recognized them because their kids watching them.
Yep.
So at least for us, it's like COD people, right? Like COD people, not COD parents, COD people.
Yeah.
He gets both of those things. So he's not just famous for his audience, he's famous for his audience parents. So it's
so that makes it so much sense.
Think about it, it's like double the people at that point.
Yeah.
Jesus, man,
that's crazy. He had a security with him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He has security and a fucking shoulder bag full of cash. Yeah, he rolls deep. But I was looking at him. I'm like, man. It's like, man can't breathe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
facts.
So those are certain sort of like things that I see, and I'm really happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get to do what I love. You know, say hi to my people.
And still can go about your day.
Yeah, like fucking this weekend. You know, seeing the fans for the first time in a long ass time. Like I've never seen a crowd that fucking loud.
I've never been to an event like
ever.
Like, well, not that ever, but like where I'm at now, and then seeing like that much love. Like I'm like, bro, like this is crazy.
You walked in and you're like, duh, because you didn't tell nobody either, right?
No. I just
you
popped
showed
out.
up.
Yeah.
You're in the Nuke squad.
Yeah.
That's dope. I was telling your man's right here who's from El Paso, right?
Yep.
I was looking at him. I'm like, he's from El Paso. I'm like, I'm from fucking El Paso.
Bro, I don't know anyone from El Paso. I don't know anyone from El Paso. I've never met anyone from North Dakota. Have you ever met anyone from North or South Dakota?
Nah. What's North Dakota? No, I'm kidding. No, but I bet you, dude. It's like the internet has allowed everybody to have a shot at something.
Yes.
I mean, how long have you been making videos for?
Bro, 2012, 2013, I think.
So your story didn't just happen like overnight, right? Like but people forget. You know what I mean? People forget. They see you now, they're like, oh, you have it easy, right? But they didn't see what you went through, right? Because you could have just been a fan creating your thing, right? But because you kept on doing it, like something happened, stars aligned, and then boom.
Yep. And it was just like, bro, like growing up in COD, like some of my biggest inspirations, like obviously Scump and Nate, like I saw when they were creating content, it really inspired me. But I don't know if you remember a guy named Marka J. Do you remember that name?
Of course, yeah.
He was
he the man with the
5,000 hands?
Yeah, 5,000 hands.
Bro, I think him and Scump were like the biggest, especially him, man. You know, just being like, he didn't have like a face camera or anything. He would just play and just kind of his commentary was so cool, you know. And being like African American, like I was like, bro, he's so dope. He doesn't create content anymore, but like he was an inspiration coming up. Because I went to pub side like him and Scump. I was like, dude, that's so.
I always tell Seth, I'm like, yo, why don't you play with anyone? He's like, dude, I'm just here to play the game. And it's like once I retire, I'll start playing with everyone. But right now, I just gotta focus on this shit. And I'm, man, if I were you, I'd be playing with fucking everybody. Like nobody gets the chance to play with anyone.
Yeah,
this dude, I'm
yeah.
like, you can literally hit somebody up DMs like, yo, let's schedule something for Thursday. He can go play. You know what I mean?
Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, we can probably have that conversation back for hours about him, about being in content and stuff like that. But he knows.
Yeah. All right, so you're playing ball through high school. You're in the varsity team as a freshman.
Yeah. So off the jump, I remember I was like, they invited me to practice the second day. So like varsity had their first practice. I was playing JV, and then I think the next day they said come play varsity. I remember, bro. I went against this. He was like a junior. He was our starting point guard.
Yeah, threatened.
Torched him, bro.
Ooh.
Did like a spin move on a fast break, and bro, I remember I got my first playing time. I got scored like 8 points in my first varsity game, and then the coach didn't play me for 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
It was so confusing. I was like, bro, I just like scored like 8 points my first game, did really well coming off the bench. I don't get any burn for 8 games.
Yeah,
and I think it was more so like he didn't want to like throw me into the mix right away, like because he didn't want like the upperclassmen to feel like like they didn't earn their spot. But like after a while, we were losing some games, and he was like, okay,
yeah. So he wasn't about the competition; he was about people's feelings.
Yeah, and I think off the jump, definitely, yeah. And then after that, like once he started me, we started doing really good. We made it like to the quarterfinals and the playoffs, but I mean,
what sucks about athletes that are standouts is that like you can only do so much because if you don't have teammates that are like you at least close to like you're not gonna go nowhere, and that affects, bro. That's why
it's not even about skill level. It's more so like how much you want to win.
Yeah,
right. So people are just there just to vibe, man.
Yeah.
But like when you get to a point where like, yo, I really want to win. Like, how bad do you guys want to win?
Yeah.
You guys get all on the same page. I mean, I went to 3 state championships in a row. I lost 2 in a row, and then I won the last one my senior year.
Yeah. How'd it feel,
bro? I mean, I remember like we lost the first one. I was
is
a sophomore.
Is there video of this? What year was this?
This was 2011.
2011.
So there's no like online. I think maybe like Huddle. You ever heard of Huddle?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think it's on one of those things. But I remember we lost sophomore. I'm like, okay, like I'm a sophomore. I got time.
Yeah.
Junior year, I mean, we were just really good, and we lost because we went against this team. They had a 7-footer. I'm not even kidding. They would play a zone, so he would just sit in the paint. They were impossible to beat.
Yeah.
And I remember I was so heartbroken. Second one in a row I lost. I was like, man, if I don't win senior year, I'm down bad. And then we ended up winning senior year. And bro.
Did you have any college offers in senior?
Not really, man. Like I said, it was really hard to get recruited. And
because
like,
of the 2 Division ones.
Yeah, and it's so like, and there was no. So the thing about the West Coast is there's no Division 2 or 3s. They're all on East Coast. So imagine like trying to get recruited. A D2 or D3 aren't gonna come all the way out to the West Coast and try to recruit. So it was so hard. Like if you weren't like the best of the best in the West Coast, you weren't really gonna play college. So I went to an NAIA over in Phoenix. They had just built one, so I played there for about a year and a half, and I tore my labrum. I went back for a rebound way too far, and it just snapped. My arm came out of place. I had to move it to like get back. Yeah. And then that's when I was out for like 7-8 months, and that's when I started
playing Call.
Yeah. Well,
so had you been playing Call of Duty throughout?
And I've been making videos in college. I mean, there's videos of me like I show my dorm room setup and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that's when I started taking it serious. I started looking like, what Call of Duty videos are getting views? I started like really like being invested, thumbnails and stuff like that. This is back in like 2016, 2015, you know? And I started getting like a couple K views a video. Then I remember this one month, man, that changed everything. We were going to a summer in my junior year in college, and I remember, bro, it was I made like 1,000 that month before, and I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to school next year. And she's like, yada yada, and she's like, I'll let you take 1 semester off, and if not, and if it doesn't work out, you go back to college. I said, okay. And
damn.
And I had the worst laptop in history. Heck, it would take me 10 hours to make a video. No. Like to render. Like I could edit, but to render a video, it would take me 10 hours on the laptop.
Yeah.
And my brother had just got his refund check from for college. And I said, hey, buy me a PC and I'll pay you back. Mm-hmm. I promise to pay back. He gave me like, I think the PC was like $1,100.
Yeah.
He paid for it. I got my PC that next month. I made $3K on YouTube.
You paid him back.
Paid him back.
Hell yeah! Just paid him back or give him a little interest.
I gave him a little interest, low key.
Yeah, he said no, you didn't.
I gave maybe an extra 50.
Yeah. So for those of you listening, his brother's sitting 15 feet away. So then for those of you watching, he's back there. He said nah.
Yeah, no, and then I made 3, and then for some odd reason, man, I went back to college. I don't know why. I took this. I did a full year YouTube, and I remember it was I was doing really well, but I was like, I kind of want to finish college for my pops and moms, to have that degree, because both my brother and sister both graduated. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna try to graduate. And I remember, man, I went back to this college called GCU, it's Grand Canyon University. It was a new D1 they just built, and I remember I was sitting in business statistics class. Oof. And I didn't know what was going on, man. I sat here second day, I was like, what am I doing here? Yeah. I was like, I shouldn't be here. Nah. I'm completely wasting. I could have
dropped 50 right now. Here I am fucking listening to someone talk.
You know what it was? An update had came out for Call of Duty that morning, and I was in class, and I'm like, this is so stupid. I should be making a video right now.
Yeah, about the update.
Yeah.
About the new weapons or whatever.
Something. Yeah. And then I remember I made that decision. I was like, as soon as the semester's over, I'm gone. Yeah. I was like, I'm done.
And your parents were cool with it?
Yeah. Well, my dad didn't. You know what the crazy is? My dad and mom had divorced when I was 19. And so I didn't talk to my pops for about 2 years.
Oh, because of that?
Yeah. And so he had no idea what was going on. But by the time he figured out, he was I was already out of college, and I was already just doing gaming. Yeah. And then, at first he was like, what? But after a month, he kind of just was supportive. Yeah. Yeah. But I wasn't making any crazy cheese on it at the time. It was more so he was just if this is what you want to do, it's what you're going to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of players and a lot of people, aspiring content creators, no matter what field, whether it's esports or makeup or whatever, a lot of kids and a lot of teenagers and a lot of people take their parents' strictness as something negative, where they're literally doing their best in trying to guide you in the right direction, no matter what. They don't give a shit how you feed yourself. As long as you feed yourself and you're not doing bad shit, they're cool with it.
Exactly.
Right? And until they have that understanding, and you gotta understand, right? How old's your pops?
I think he's
50?
What is
40?
Turning 60? Is he turning his dad?
Yeah, so 61. Think about that, man. I'm 41, and I grew up in a time where there wasn't any internet. So they, that age group, my parents included, they don't understand the internet like that. They're always gonna think it's a scam. You're like, Mom, I'm gonna sign up for this Google AdSense shit. It's no, they're not taking your kid, right? They're gonna be they're gonna take your information and sell it. But once they start seeing that you are being able to support yourself off of that, and they see the audience, they see the numbers, once they start understanding, then they're like, all right, there's something fucking special going on here.
Of course, yeah. I just had actually a parent come up to me. I think he asked me, he's like, how do you, my kid wants to be a content creator, you know what I mean? Be what we're doing. I was he's kind of how do I do that? And I just said balance, man. I think the biggest thing is when the kid won $3 million in Fortnite, I think that,
Booga.
Yeah. I think that changed a lot of parents. I think parents overthought it too much. Okay, now I'm gonna let my kid play video games all the time. Mm-hmm. But that's not how you should do it. I think it's all about balance, man. And it's more so as a kid, man, as a parent, I think for me, I would want my kid to try everything. Yeah. Everything. Yep. I mean, funny thing is, I played soccer in 7th grade. Yeah. And I've never talked about it before, but I remember I tried it. And I've tried so many different things. And I actually have appreciation for soccer now because I was a goalie. Oh. You know what's funny?
My brother.
I used to always try to catch it. I never used to try to I always try to be cool and try to catch it. So you always yell at me just hit it out type stuff. Yeah.
You know what's nuts, and we always talk about it on this podcast specifically. This is one of the best things that I always talk about that relates to what you just said. You could be doing what you're doing. Let's say, for example, imagine a world in which LeBron would have been a much better quarterback or a much better that, but he didn't get because he picked basketball, right? But there are instances in which someone's doing something so well that they don't know that there's something else that they would have been way better at. Yeah, right? So if you would have kept up with soccer, maybe that was where you were supposed to be and not basketball. Yeah. So maybe, you're playing the wrong game right now and you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things that can happen in the universe and the fucking meta universe and all that shit that you never really know if you're doing the right thing. And if you're living a good life, then why do you care?
Exactly. But I think when you're young, man, I think you got to try everything. Yeah. Have your kid try everything. And I think, obviously, if he wants to be a gamer, you definitely have to find that balance, man. Yeah. For me, I made it work though. To be better Call of Duty player, I'd wake up 2 hours before school to play. Yeah. My friends would always talk shit to me. They'd always be like, dude, all the time, bro.
Fucking nerd ass.
When I got first introduced to Call of Duty, I was terrible. I mean, everyone's always when they first start playing. And Modern Warfare 3 was the first Call of Duty that I started playing on. And I remember my friends would get like Moabs and stuff. You remember the Moab, right? Course, yeah, the Nuke. And I hated it, man. My goal was always to get to a 1 KD.
Okay.
I would try for so long. When I finally hit that, man, they like kind of stopped talking too much trash. But then I kicked into like, I was like, I want to be better than all you guys. So school would start at 7:30.
Yeah.
I'd wake up at 5. Hex. I set my alarm to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
On like the weekdays.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But I'm addicted to just playing. I'm not even recording. I'm just playing just to get Moabs and just yeah. And then well,
that's when you know you're like about it, right? Like it's not just about the video, right? Exactly. It's about you enjoying what you do.
Exactly.
So do you still enjoy it?
I do. I don't enjoy doing like nukes and stuff like that anymore, but Warzone, like, it was so crazy because I used to love multiplayer. I did multiplayer content for so long.
Yeah.
And then when Warzone came out, it was like this
best thing ever. It's so good.
It's like the best of both worlds. It was like that love for Call of Duty, but then combined with like the addiction of a battle royale.
Yeah.
Just like, and it was
because it never existed. Now I have been talking about battle royales from since Call of Duty 4.
Yep.
Since Modern Warfare 2 came out, I'm like, man, imagine a free for all in which you go from Crash to Burgundy, and Burgundy's a Call of Duty 2 map, and like all this. Like I've been talking about this shit forever. So when it finally dropped, I'm like, boom! I'm like, all they need to do now is bring in maps from the past and be like, fucking Crash is over here and this is over there.
Yes.
All right, let me take a quick break to say hello to the sponsors, and we'll continue chatting. DoorDash, like can I just take a moment to say thank you to DoorDash for sponsoring the podcast for as long as they have? They literally have been with the Eavesdrop from like the very jump. So again, thank you to DoorDash for sponsoring the podcast as many times as they have, and I hope that you guys continue to sponsor us because we do use it here. Obviously, I use it as part of my daily routine. Right before I go home, yesterday, for example, Josefo and I were coming back from the event, and on the way back, as soon as I hopped in my car, I ordered tacos from this one spot, and I knew that it was going to take 45 minutes to get there. I knew that by the time that I dropped Josefo out here at the headquarters, by the time I got back, that was going to be ready for me to just get home and eat it as if it was a home-cooked meal, right? Because DoorDash, whether you forgot something at the store, you can get snacks, drinks, and household essentials now in under 30 minutes with DoorDash. Dinner, check. Deodorant, check. Morning pick-me-up from Dunkin' Donuts, check. Get everything you need whenever you need it with DoorDash. If you want Chinese and somebody else wants pizza, somebody else wants Italian, like whatever it is, either someone's craving whatever it is, right? Froyo or whatever, there's something for everyone on DoorDash. And the easiest thing about that is that you can order a bunch of different things from a bunch of different places, and everybody can eat whatever they want. Nobody can get into a fight as to who's going where, right? A new year means a new you, but when it comes to what you're used to craving and what you're used to eating, maybe that's still the same old you. So order your old favorites or try something new with DoorDash. New year, same couch, resolutions are here. But this year, they might look a little bit different. Let DoorDash focus on dinner so you can focus on your resolutions that matter. And now you can grocery essentials you need with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items delivered to you in under an hour. And ordering is easy, as you guys know. Opening the DoorDash application, choose what you want from where you want it, and your items will be left safely outside of your door with a new contactless delivery drop-off setting, right? And as you guys know, with over 300,000, the number always blows my mind. With over 300,000 partners in U.S., Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, shout out Popeyes, Chipotle, shout out Chipotle, and the Cheesecake Factory, who, by the way, has the best pre-meal bread ever. That little dark wheat bread. Oh my goodness, can they stop? That is the best bread I ever have at any restaurant. That's not even a lie. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and zero delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more. And like I always say, I can't trust anyone who orders food and is under $15. Like, what are you eating? Eat something. Treat yourself. Enjoy yourself. When you download the DoorDash application and enter code Eavesdrop 2021 from the App Store, that's 25% off up to $10 value and zero delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash application in the App Store and enter code Eavesdrop 2021. Don't forget, that's code Eavesdrop 2021 for 25% off your first order with DoorDash, subject to change, and terms apply. We have a new sponsor in our midst. We have someone brand new, so I need you guys to step up. I need you guys to hook it up, okay? We have Burrow Tech, Food, Society, all of that, right? Innovative product design. Burrow's in-house design team makes a research-driven approach to make sure that their furniture fits your lifestyle. This company is setting a new standard in furniture with easy-to-move modular designs. You guys know that everything here in the Hex Quarter is modular. You can move it, you can rearrange it, you can do anything, right? Timeless American, mid-century, and contemporary Scandinavian styles, and premium durable materials like responsively forested hardwood, top-grain Italian leather, and reinforced metal hardware. If that sounds like something that you want to get your hands on, this is the furniture that you need to go for, right? Innovative product design. Let me explain that. Burrow's in-house design team takes a research-driven approach to make sure that their furniture fits your lifestyle, okay? So they go through this process, and then you go in there and you apply whatever you feel applies to you, and that is how everybody wins, which translates to things like simply mounting guide posters for the index wall shelves and a tool-free assembly process, right? Free shipping for all. Every order, no matter how small or large, is delivered directly to your door for free, which can save you well over $100 when it comes down to a large item like a couch, right? A modern shopping experience above anything else, right? Burrow got rid of the far-flung warehouses, store with high-pressure showrooms, and replaced them with a modern, easy-to-use website where you can create and customize your own furniture without leaving the house. You know how much time that would have saved me when I was furnishing Jude and I, well, when Jude was furnishing our home, we went to a bunch of different places, and like they were saying, right, like the warehouses are massive. You have to walk, and then you have to get codes, and then you have to walk downstairs, and you have to go. It is just a painless process once you go to the website and you try out their world-class service. Everyone needs a little help sometimes. I know I did. And when the Burrow team is always available to lend a hand from custom orders to rescheduling a delivery. So I want to give a huge shout out to them for sponsoring the podcast for the first time. Hopefully they come back, because I know you guys are trying to outfit your entire home, right? Time to get rid of that couch. Get a new one. Go and just go ahead and give it a spin. Maybe you find something that you like and that you want to improve your homestead with. Everyone needs a little help, as I just said. So thanks again to Burrow for helping the podcast continue to be the podcast. And thank you for them for supporting the show. Listeners right now can get $75 off their first order at burrow.com/HECZ. That's burrow.com/H3CZ, BURROW.com/H3CZ for $75 off Burrow. I'm going to tell it to you one more time, and the link is going to be in the description down below, but that is BURROW.com/H3CZ for $75 off the first order at burrow.com/HECZ, which with the 3, H3CZ. So huge shout out to DoorDash and Burrow for sponsoring the podcast where we were. We were talking about how you were waking up super early to do this thing. When I was working, I used to do the same thing. I would go home and just decompress by playing Call of Duty 2 at the time. And I would make
Call of Duty 2.
Yeah, I didn't start making videos until Call of Duty 4.
Okay.
And the only reason I started making videos is because Grizz was making The Matrix.
I only heard about him because Pamaj talked about him all the time.
Yeah, he's the guy. You know, he's the godfather of sniping montages.
Okay.
Rafael Ortega will lead off against Eric Petty, the hot hitter.
Alexa, stop.
Dude,
Bruh.
what is that?
That's Alexa. Alexa, stop. So for those of you listening, Alexa, again, bro, this is like the third time that she's done that.
In the podcast?
Yeah, where she just turns on and starts fucking playing. She's playing a baseball game right now. Bro, how wild is that shit? She might be hunted.
Something, dude. I don't know what that was.
You believe in ghosts? It's okay to say no.
It's like a I don't know. Have
you ever experienced something that you're like, what
I
the
haven't.
fuck?
I haven't, to be honest. Have you?
Yeah. I don't like to talk about it.
Okay.
No, it is nothing like, I wasn't fucking like hiding, like crawling up in the corner
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
possessed and shit, but a lot of people do. And have like they try to tell me stories. So I'm just not about that life. I just don't even
Don't even want to bring that energy.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, Jose was from fucking Mexico, right? From Mexico City. So I know he knows like a
The
bunch of
ghosts?
ghost story. Bro, Mexicans for some reason have like all the ghost stories in the world, all of them. From
Well,
La
it's crazy.
Llorona
Every ghost movie is like based in Mexico or like surrounded the culture.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. There's videos of witches and shit. Like I don't even know why. Like calm the fuck down. Like why are you scaring me so early in my life? La Llorona, yeah, fucking crying. All right, so I used to do the same thing, right? I would go home, decompress, and I was just making videos at the time for just my own shit, and then it developed into something, luckily. But a lot of people right now, what I liked, and I was thinking about this, is everybody, even now, everybody that plays Call of Duty whether they want to be a content creator or not, they still have dope ass setups. And I think that is one of the coolest things that has happened in gaming, where people will take pride in their game rooms, whether they're creating content or not. They still have their good PC. They have the neon lights and like all their decorations and all that shit.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the cool part, because that's where you can relate and you can compare. People have wine cellars, right? People have like these things that they're proud of. Their garages, their man garages, like all this,
their cars and stuff like that.
All that dope shit, right? But people that play video games have a dope ass setup. Josefo's got a dope setup. Matty, my usual camera guy, like he's got a he goes
crazy setup.
Yeah. Yeah, and he streams sometimes, right? But he's got a dope ass setup, right?
I never had a good setup until, man, maybe like a year and a half ago. Like when I really started taking streaming seriously is when I actually got a good setup. When I was making videos, bro, it was like the most rinky dink. Like I'd have a monitor, a laptop, like a terrible laptop, and like a console. Yeah, that was it.
But that goes to show, right? Like you don't need to start up with the best equipment to get to where you need to be.
No, but I think it's definitely like you definitely have to invest yourself, especially nowadays, man. I mean, like one thing I think really hurts a lot of people is quality. Like if you don't have like quality, like if someone doesn't have a good quality mic or like a good quality camera, it's really hard for me to like stay and watch the whole time. You know what I mean? So I think investing in yourself is definitely important. But yeah, I mean, I shut it off.
That microphone up there, that you see that purple cup up there?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that used to be my mic stand and my mic. That's
a cup?
Yeah, that's a Rock Band microphone. It was like $3 at a garage sale. My girl got it for me.
Wow.
And I used to put it inside a cup because I didn't have a mic stand. So I would like wrap it on one thing, plug it in, and that's how I would do like the top 5 kill cams.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where it started. But again, we're talking about 2010.
This is you know what
I'm saying? Now you have to like invest into it. And it's not something that you have to like go all out and just do like from the beginning. No. Because again, like I appreciate people trying to do this as a side hustle. What I don't like is when people get mad at how quickly they're not getting to where they need to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like how long did it take you to be like, all right, I can make a living off of this? Even that.
Yeah, I even tell my boys this, and I'm like it took me 7 years, and I'll go like, bro, why can't it take you 4?
Yeah.
Why can't it take you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It took me so long to get here. Like, and I know like you see how like glamorous and like crazy it is right now, but like, man, it was never always like that.
Nah, and it could have never gotten there.
Exactly.
That's the other thing, and people need to get comfortable with the fact that it may never happen to you.
Exactly.
Right? There's so many people nowadays.
Well, I think you have to be driven by just like I think the love of creating content versus people get driven by money, man. Yeah. And like that was never even man. I remember my first check from YouTube was $1.
Yeah.
I went to McDonald's and got a McDouble.
Yeah.
When it was actually under $1.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was 16 cents from Machinima.
Wow.
Yeah.
16?
Bro, my story's fucking wild because I've been telling my girl, my wife now, but my girl at the time, we just had Olivia, my daughter, and I was telling her, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna fucking pay out. Look at this shit. Look at these views. Look at all this shit. Blah blah blah. And the first check I get from Machinima, 16 cents. So after I telling my girl for a year,
it's
like
gonna
this
pay
is
off.
Yeah, bro, 16 cents. The next one was 16 grand. But then after that,
you know what I'm saying?
Started going
Our
up.
CPMs were crazy back in the day.
Dude, I used to get guaranteed $5 CPM for all of my top 5 kill cams.
Wow. Yeah. It's guaranteed?
Yeah, guaranteed. Caking.
Yeah. Now it's like, I mean, everything changed after remember the adpocalypse? I don't know if you remember that. But
oh, yeah, of course.
After that, man, it was the whole dynamic of like ads and just how to make money was so different.
People remember that with the opposite of rose-colored glasses. They I think shit-colored glasses.
Yeah,
like they really like fucking like, oh my god, but that needed to happen for advertisers to get comfortable with it.
Exactly, because like it was. I mean, YouTube, like it was just. There was no type of like censorship. No. Right? You could just do whatever, say whatever.
Coca-Cola ads on fucking
crazy
like
stuff.
terrorist videos, recruiting videos like that. Obviously, that no one wants that. And I used to bitch a lot to Machinima because on some of my videos there'd be like L'Oreal and Avon fucking commercials. I'm like, none of my audience is even gonna buy this for their mom or their girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, they're advertising to the wrong people. So like, obviously, as the YouTube algorithm started to get smarter and also detrimental to some creators, it's just something that needed to happen. And that comes with growth in any space, right? Like that moment of finding themselves into what it is. The tattoos that you have on.
I do.
I say that you have on us if you're fucking wearing a T-shirt. what's the deal?
These are all
the film
Marvel
stuff?
I got Black Panther, Iron Man, and Captain America.
Yeah.
I've wanted to get them tatted. Like just Marvel in general was just such a big part of my life. Man.
Yeah.
Like it was like with me through my childhood all the way up until now.
Yeah.
Like from like 20. When did Iron Man come out? 2008.
Yeah.
That was me first starting. I think I was like in 7th, 6th grade.
Damn.
And I remember going with my parents to see that movie for the first time, and like how it made me feel. Like I was like, bro, it's a suit. Like he's a superhero. I'm like, this is so cool. Like, because before, I mean, we never had that. Like a dope movie where it was like a superheroes.
Yeah. And
I never even knew really about like the MCU until they just started making more movies and it all started to connect. And then I was just so invested.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you when you went and saw Infinity War when it was out. I mean, the way like the whole like energy
storyline. Yeah.
Bro,
the theater. The
energy in the theater.
Yeah.
Bro, everybody was like
a kid.
Yes.
As an adult.
So that will always be like, me and my mom, anytime a Marvel was out, we'd go see it. So it's like a memory I have that me and her always go see those movies together.
No, you told me about your dad and you know his views on that. What was your? I mean, obviously your mom told you like I'll let you take a semester off in that, but like what was her reaction when you started? Like what's her reaction now? You know?
I mean, before like she was so supportive, man. Like, I mean, she didn't really care as long as we were happy. You know, when you have 3 kids, I feel like you can't really be too like. I don't know, like,
strict?
Yeah, facts. And she was always just like, whatever you guys want to do, and she's happy. But she would always work hard,
just
man.
don't fuck up.
Yeah, she would work graveyard, man. That's the thing, like, I love about my mom, man. She worked graveyard for all our lives, and then she would have to take care of 3 kids during the day. So she maybe get maybe 3-4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Wake up, have to cook for us, make sure we go to school. Yeah. You know what I mean? Cook dinner.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. My wife, you know, is the one that handles everything. I have fun. She does all the real life work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
no.
saying? So I have a lot of respect for what they do. She's got 8 dogs, and I say she.
8?
Wait, no, she's at 6.
6 dogs?
Yeah, but sometimes she like takes care of like my mother-in-law's dog and shit.
Oh, that's like kids. So she has like.
So yeah, bro, and think about it. It goes from like a 13-pound Chihuahua. The oldest one is 14 years old. That's my best friend.
Don't you have a huge?
Great Dane Mastiff.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So she handles and Olivia's schooling because she's homeschooled, which like ended up working perfectly for us because of COVID and like nothing changed to her studies. And like she plays, before COVID, she used to play. She used to have volleyball practice, basketball practice, tennis practice, dance, and we weren't strict about it. But she's the one that's like, I want to play ball, I want to play tennis, and I'll play volleyball.
Wow,
right? She's really, really tall. She's like lanky like me, and so you know, still finding her rhythm. But you know, she's the one that signed her up, took her. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I'm like, yeah, thank you, because
it's a full-time job, man.
Yeah,
no, it's
and 3, dude.
3, man. Now imagine when they're like, we were like young, like babies, like we get like obviously now like we handle everything, but like imagine like 3 babies. My dad said they could only hold 2, so one would always be left out crying.
Who was it?
They would always just go back. They never told us that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of now, like, man, I try to have them involved with everything. Like anytime I'm doing something really cool, something special, I'm like, fly out to LA, come hang out with me for like a couple of days. And, like experiences with me. So I try to have them in everything now.
That's so dope, man. That's so dope. Because you have to, it's like they were your first investors, right?
Exactly.
Like they were the first people that said, all right, I got your back. You do this, I'll pay for your food, I'll pay for all that shit, and then, you know, whatever. So it's super important to always take care of those who had your back like super, super early.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that kind of explains the whole, with me and my boys in Nuke Squad, man. You know what I mean? Like when I first started on Twitch, when we were playing Modern Warfare, just came out. And I probably had averaged like 700
Modern
viewers.
Warfare.
The 2019. No.
Oh, remastered?
Yeah. No. Modern Warfare, this the game. 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So dumb.
He said remastered cover.
Remastered 2, 3, 4? Wait, where did it stop? Modern Warfare. This would have been Modern Warfare 4, right?
This would have. They should have named it. I don't know why they did. They definitely should have named it before. But yeah, man. Okay, let me ask you this. What's the best Call of Duty of all time?
So Nate got mad at me because I answered this. Forever and always, Call of Duty 2 is always gonna have a special place in my heart because it changed my life for real. Like I even think that my M48-3 sniper rifle should have not been that. It should have been the Kar 98 because the Kar 98 is what got me like to fall in love with COD. But this is the one that like set me apart in the early days. So this is why. But if I was to say today, looking back at everything, I would say Call of Duty 4 remastered. Not even the first one. I would say remastered because
He said remastered.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Let me
COD 4 remastered.
just know this, okay? I've been playing since Call of Duty 2. That's 2006. Okay, so I remember Call of Duty 4 for what it was.
Yep.
Right. But the reason that I like remastered better is because your melee weapons could have been like a broken bottle. Your camos weren't just the red, the blue, the digital, and the gold. You know what I mean? Here you had like different styles of everything, and I think that having that sort of that ability, the ability to be able to play what you fell in love with years back, like just brought back something in me that I was just like so happy to always play it. To this day, I would be playing that game exclusively if there was a community there and my my friends who do this for a living would want to play that. That game to me is like the best game ever. And I used to say Call of Duty 2, and it's true, but when I say Call of Duty 4, it's like that's what I really would love to play for the rest of my life. So when Nate got asked, is like, what's Hector's favorite Call of Duty? He said Call of Duty 2, and I'm like, no, it's Call of Duty 4. And he got mad and shit.
But COD 4 remastered though, I've never heard somebody say that.
Have you played? Did you play it?
I play it, man, because I've never played COD 4 like that. Like I maybe have like 1 or 2 games like at a friend's house, but when I play remaster, man,
yeah. You also got to remember this.
Different.
I only from the beginning of time, I've only always played GBs. I've never played pubs. I never like during Call of Duty 4, the first Call of Duty 4.
So you have a completely just competitive perspective.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that definitely makes, I understand now.
Bro, if you look at how much time I've spent, like I just never play pubs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not for any other reason besides the fact that I want my record somewhere to be. So if we had good ranking system,
yeah,
I would only play ranked, but we don't. So I'm just like stuck either playing Warzone, which I fucking listen. When Blackout came out, I was like, this is the best Call of Duty I've ever played.
Yeah, Blackout was dope.
Right now, the current state, especially after the update, and it's Warzone 1984 or whatever. What is it?
Yeah.
84?
Was it 19?
64?
I think it's
44?
84. I think it's 84.
84?
Yeah.
Whatever it is that how they reskinned it, it's right now like way up there on my favorite Call of Duties to ever play. And I don't get to play it often, but I just love everything about Warzone. I think it has something to do with the fact that I predicted that something like that was going to happen super early on.
Yeah.
So I'm on my shit. Like, I knew, so that's why I like it.
It's just the way they executed it, man.
Yeah.
I think as far as like, with Blackout, you die, you're done for the game.
Yeah.
But like, there's always a storyline in Warzone because like, bro,
imagine the comeback.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You could be down bad. You res all 3 of your teammates. They land on loadout. Oh, we're all together. You know what I mean? It's those storylines that. I don't know. Like I said, the feel of like we can go for like 30, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
In that.
And like the most kills I've ever gotten in any it's like 12.
I just got 52 like a couple weeks ago.
Like in my brain, that doesn't even fucking compute as a possibility.
It's just a rhythm thing, man. It's just like you just flowing, and I think that's why I don't like other battle royales.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like Nick's on to Apex Legends now.
Yeah.
I've tried Apex. It's just not my cup of tea, man.
How do you feel about Warzone right now? Like I mean, because and you gotta put it into perspective because you make a living off of this thing, right?
Yep.
So your views on this are a little bit skewed because obviously you want,
of course,
the same way that drama channels want all the drama in the world so they can talk about it, and that's why they like it. Like the amount of people that are like, oh man, I don't like that fucking scum gets along with fucking this player. They should hate each other so we can talk about it. I'm like, you only want drama because that's your job.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And it's like, all right. So that aside. Like obviously the hacking and all that shit.
Man,
like,
that shit's crazy, man. It's so crazy because it's Call of Duty's biggest thing right now, and it's like, wouldn't you
biggest downfall or biggest?
I think just the biggest thing to happen to Call of Duty in general. I mean, Warzone took it to a different level as far as streaming, as far as content creating. It like, I used to average like 100K views on YouTube when I was doing multiplayer. As soon as Warzone came out, bro, my first video had 700K.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew I'm switching immediately.
Yeah.
I said, what am I doing right now?
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's been crazy. I mean, the viewership on Twitch is nuts.
Yeah.
And it just took it to a different level. And I just don't understand, like, how you could let the cheating on go for so long when it's your biggest
star thing.
Yes.
Right? You think that, but they do own Candy Crush.
Candy Crush, wow.
Yeah, and Candy Crush, let's see. I mean, last time if Matt was here, he would have already been looking up. Hold on. But on the cheating thing, if you think about it, and I've said this a bunch of times, like if you were to drop one skin, right, that was called the anti-cheat skin, and you sell it for $100, everybody that plays Call of Duty everybody that's a content creator will push that, and all the proceeds go for an anti. Let us buy the anti-cheat.
Yeah, no,
we're
facts.
not even. They won't even meet us in the middle. Where we're like, we'll pay for the fucking anti-cheat.
Yeah.
Our audience and everything will pay. We'll all throw in our thing. That way, you don't think that we're asking for something outrageous. You know what I mean? Give us that. They won't even do that. The other thing is like that I have like a pet peeve on is that there was no Major 5 skin. Imagine if we had a Major 5 skin for the CDL that we just had.
Bro,
Like,
they could do so much as far as CDL to integrate into Warzone. Like I saw, I think that the most they've done, I think I've seen is like the Empire like flag in Warzone in Verdansk. But I'm like, bro, y'all could do so many crazy things, or like have like a watch party. Imagine like a championship watch party inside of Warzone.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can play and then look up at the scoreboard and shit.
Dude, it'd be like, it's like kind of like Fortnite had like their events. It'd be like, imagine if there was an event, Warzone through an event for the championship.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
There's a lot of things where they fall behind, and I don't know why. And you know what? I always say this as a statement. The way that they run their business is so foreign to me because
that's why I think I give not benefit of the doubt, but it's like I have no idea how what leaps and bounds you have to take to get something like that done. Like
what sort of economics?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like they're a publicly traded company, so they have to be responsible for the money first.
Yes.
They have to get their job is to get their investors their money back. But at the same time, it's like the amount of popularity that has happened because of streamers moving from one to the other.
Yep.
Like imagine this. You think Fortnite's happy that fucking their main 5 or whatever are playing Warzone?
Yeah, no.
Okay, no.
Ninja's on Final Fantasy right now, man.
Yeah,
just chilling.
But you know, I'm gonna say he's made his. You know what I'm saying?
I know what he's done, but I'm just saying, like he's he was so invested into Fortnite, and then for him to be just kicking it, like not even worried about it just I don't know. I feel like they
what pisses me off is like you as Call of Duty understand how hard it is to have that sort of endemic advertising from people whose eyes you have. Fortnite's mad as fuck that Tim's playing fucking Warzone.
Of course.
How mad do you think Activision's gonna be if you, Nick Merckx, fucking Tim the Tap Man, say, you know, man, fuck this cheating ass shit. I'm gonna go play fucking anything.
Yeah.
They know how mad somebody else is, and they're not even worried that they're gonna be feeling the same thing. You know what I mean? Like that to me is the thing that like. You're seeing other people's mistakes and you're choosing not to learn from them.
I'm telling you, man, Warzone is, I think, the reason why it's so, and it can be, I've already said this. Let me break it down for you. So imagine they remaster Modern Warfare 2 and they integrate it with Warzone. The guns, Modern Warfare 2 guns in Warzone, and then you add like POIs from MW2. I'm like, bro, that'd be the
Terminal, high rise. Where are you dropping high rise? Where are you dropping terminal?
I can't even imagine like the feeling and all it would bring back, and it's just like, bro, it could be so crazy. And the reason why I think Warzone is also so big, it's so casual. Like you understand, you can figure out how to play the game so fast.
You know who I play Warzone with?
Who?
My boys from back home. Fucking 40-year-olds that have never played
so
a video game in their
up.
life.
Grab a sniper.
Yeah,
just
you know what to do.
You know,
just aim and shoot. Just like point and click.
And that's why I think like for me, like I can't. Maybe I'm biased because I'm so like invested into Warzone, but like. For me to truly like switch games, I gotta really like it, man, and I gotta be able to make content on it. I use my streams as recording sessions. Yeah, I don't just stream to stream games. Yeah. I stream with a purpose. So like I'm streaming for my YouTube channels and stuff like that. Yeah. So that the streams have to feed into YouTube somehow, and if it's not, I'm not gonna stream it. Yeah. So I think. I don't know, man. People are talking about this Halo. What do you think about Halo coming out? And
I'm fucking excited, man. I am so excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am.
Do you think they have a battle royale?
I don't see how any first-person shooter company that makes them doesn't have one. It has to be part of their MO. Gearbox sits on 3rd, 4th, and 5th above me right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so they make Borderlands.
Okay.
Borderlands is like the perfect game to have a fucking like battle royale. Yeah. Right. Like it's cartoony, it's fun, and all that shit. But I don't see. So Candy Crush makes like a bunch of money a day. like $740 million in 2019. That's just mobile, and that's just like that's not. I don't think this includes like daily moms buying like different skins.
Wow.
So
Candy Crush.
yeah. So as much as you think about Call of Duty being like a superstar child of Activision, which it is obviously, like they do have like all these other
Crazy
things that
big
make them. Yeah, but I mean, look, I can sit here and tell you everything that I think is wrong with Activision, like even from the leagues on both Overwatch and CDL. But the one that I think that needs the most protection right now is Warzone. Now the reason for that is because you have your most popular Call of Duty that's ever been popular,
Ever,
right? Yeah,
ever.
The amount of streamers, the amount of popularity the streamers have because of that, the amount of like people that play this thing on a daily basis, and you're not taking care of it. You have like fucking 50 to 100 assholes, or 60,000. How many people got banned for fucking hacking?
50K, like the last bandwidth. 50K, like
50,000 people, and those people are still gonna play Call of Duty.
yeah.
Right? It's not like they look, if you I don't know why they choose to be losers, okay? I don't know why they choose to like win and then think like, yeah, I can take credit for this fucking
I don't
win.
either. I don't
Right?
either.
I don't even know how that's even like you're not that guy.
No, yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Yeah. It's like I know, like I don't I try to put myself in their shoes, and like at the end of the match where they have like 30 kills and they won the game and they take a picture of it, I wonder if they brag to their friends about how many kills they got. And
There's no way.
And not even cross their mind that they're like, yeah, that wasn't me, that was a program. But taking credit like that, like dude, like now if they're showing it to like a girl that they're interested in, and then I'm
They
like
flexing on them like that.
Yeah. Then I'm like, yeah, I get it. But to your boys and shit, nah, man. And making videos about it, and the fact that
They're proud about it too.
Yeah,
It's so
I just don't get it.
that's why I don't even try to understand that part. But it's more so like, like we got to get these. How do you not have like you know what I mean? Like, or like, I actually just talked to somebody over at Activision about the whole cheating situation. They said there's something happening.
Looking into
soon.
it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
In 2013, I asked about league play, and they said we're looking into it.
wow.
And we'll see. I don't know.
What COD was out in 2013?
Black Ops 2. Yeah, Black Ops 2. I don't know. I think that they better be careful, because right now they have it, and
It's like on the brink.
they're choosing not to. Yeah, Nick already moved to Apex.
He's already going to Apex. I think he started his stream a couple days ago. First game died to a cheater, and then just left and went and played Apex.
Yeah, I saw that. Now the audience, and I don't know if they think that their audience, and maybe it's true, man. Maybe they have so many people playing Warzone and making the money that they're making for their shareholders, they just don't give a shit. But I choose to think that they do care, or at least the people that are working there. Look,
like I said, maybe the people who work on Warzone care, but maybe it's above their pay grade as far as
the lawyers, the 7 floors of lawyers,
exactly,
and then the top. But I don't know how somebody can be that careless, right? And I don't say that they don't care, but it is a little bit careless to be okay with losing the lead. The hardest thing to do as a developer, and you can ask any developer that doesn't have the audience that Call of Duty has, or the Fortnite has, or whatever else has. Like, the hardest thing to do is get people to play your game, especially like streamers get paid a lot of motherfucking money to promote a certain game.
Yeah, we do all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for you guys to be like tempted to just like be like, hey, not only are we gonna pay you to play our game, but you're gonna have a fucking good experience.
Yeah.
That's dangerous to Call of Duty. And it's never been more vulnerable than it is right now. There's too many good things happening for it, which means that you have to like up your protection. And they're not. And to me, that's like a disservice to themselves first, and then the audience.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a lead that you have to protect, man. We can't have, like we think about this. During Fortnite, did any of these dudes play Call of Duty? No, they were playing fucking Fortnite.
I was playing Fortnite all the time.
Yeah.
I was not playing. Like, I'd hop on COD, make a video, and I go play Fortnite.
Views.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You go where the views are.
Yeah.
But once you have those views, it's the same thing we go through with the Call of Duty players, right? Scump's not allowed to play other games without getting fined. Or like in some cases, I think they I don't know how it's working right now, and I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, no. I don't want you to get in trouble.
But Hector doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But it's like it's never gonna be a scenario in which Scump is playing Raid Shadow Legends and then Call of Duty fans are like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Raid Shadow Legends. No, but the situation does happen where Raid Shadow Legends players will play Call of Duty.
We'll play Call of Duty. Yeah.
Right. It's never the other way around, and I don't get how they're afraid of that sort of thing happening with the pro players, but they're not afraid of Nick Merckx fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck?
I don't even know where that correlation is, man. Because like I said, Nick's community is huge, and like he can play whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He gets 50K viewers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to protect the lead. And again, like I'm supporting the league. If people want to leave and want to play whatever, like, power to them. You know, whatever makes their life better.
Exactly.
Like, do that. But if I'm you know, anywhere near having any say in certain things, dude, you better believe that I'm gonna be like, yo, the first thing we gotta, like, get the cheaters out of there. You know
First thing.
Like, and I don't know. Again, I can't tell you where to put a 1 or a 0 in the binary code.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, exactly.
Think about this, right? Those humans invented a place that you get to fucking throw a grenade off a wall and it bounces in the right, you know, like.
Yeah, just I don't know. Like I heard, like also like the engine they have now, like it can't support an anti-cheat or something like that. I've heard that as far as before, but it's
there's
like
nothing that you can tell me, or anyone can tell me, when you have money, you can solve that technology.
You can make it happen. Yeah.
If you're telling me that I can jump out of a plane, deploy my fucking parachute as many times as I fucking want to, if you're telling me that is possible, but anti-cheat is not possible.
Yeah, facts.
Not my thing. I don't believe it. And I'll tell you what, when's the next game come out?
I think the next COD is probably gonna be like November.
It's gonna be World War II.
Yeah.
Have we heard anything about what's happening to Warzone? Blackout? What's happening to Blackout? I'm
sure it'll be integrated into I think every Call of Duty now will be integrated into Warzone.
All right, so here's the problem, right? As the CDL, and we have popular players in the CDL that can't play Warzone because it's a Modern Warfare engine.
Y'all can't play. Oh, as far as like,
think about this, right? Scump, Formal, they play Blackout, or Black Ops, Cold War. They play Cold War right now. They're playing on a Treyarch engine or whatever.
Yep.
That's a different reality, different recoils, different slide mechanics.
Everything.
Right? You don't have the same bunny hop that you do in that. So
Yeah.
for them to go play Warzone, that means that they're playing with a women's basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when they go play Warzone, they have to play with a men's regulation. So, like, it's not the same thing. Your practice is never going to be the same.
Never, yeah.
So for them, who are playing at the fucking top of the fucking top, where no mistake.
Yeah, they can't go.
They can't go. And that is detrimental to the CDL, because we have a very popular fucking sister brand in Warzone that these guys can't take advantage of. So all of the simps, all of the attaches, all of these pro players that are on all these other teams don't have the ability to go play with you. They don't have the ability to go play with other people that will play with them and try to get some of that audience to go watch them compete. So this, like, hand that watches the other is not even happening.
Man, I feel like if they just somehow figured out, like, Warzone's so huge, but I bet you like 99% of them don't even know there's Call of Duty pros.
I want to know how many people know that those banners with those faces are pro players that just won a championship last year. Think about that.
There was always this like whole conversation. It's like like they always have this like Warzone pros versus like CDL pros, and I'm always like, bro, y'all have no idea. Like, I would get thrashed if I played in the CDL.
Yeah.
And I always just say, I just play to just make content.
Yeah.
But they always try to stack me up.
Well, you don't know until you give it a shot, though.
But they always try to stack me up against like CDL. I'm like, bro, I'm not even close. Like, if they came into Warzone and like really put like full time as much as I did, they'd be just as nasty, if not better.
Yeah, it's like right now the boys are playing fucking Valorant, right?
Yeah.
Like, Valorant's fucking really fucking good. They're really good, right? For me, them playing other sport or other games is never gonna be as detrimental as them playing a Call of Duty that's different than the Call of Duty that they're currently fucking playing.
What? Yeah.
Think about that, right? Like, it's like that reality of Valorant or that reality of fucking Raid Shadow Legends or whatever the fuck they're playing is never gonna affect their Call of Duty gameplay as much as them playing Warzone would. You know what I'm saying? Like, those same reps, and like, obviously, like, the dumb public will obviously be like, no, it's the same fucking thing. It's not, right?
It's not at all.
So for me, it's like we need to figure out all of that and we need to like. The one thing that I want them to say is like, yo, we can't do it. Just tell us that, and then I'll be like, all right. But the fact that they don't tell us shit about anything, and I'm talking about, I'm up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
you're in the meetings.
I'm in the meetings, and we don't even get that sort of insight. I mean, obviously we got transparency on the league side, but on the developer side, and I think about the developers, right? Like they're fucking busting their ass creating a fucking beautiful fucking piece of content that people love, and then you're getting shit talked because something upstairs is not giving you the funds or the cash to fucking integrate a fucking anti-cheat on your next thing.
Yeah.
What? I'm worried. What's happening with Warzone? What's happening with, like, we know World War II's coming around the corner. What's happening with Warzone?
Yep. So hopefully, I mean, they get it together, man, because like Warzone is, like I said, they have it now, but I mean, we've seen games come and go, and I just hope, you know, because Call of Duty's such a huge game, man, for the last decade, and then for the add Warzone on top of it, just made it even way bigger, and so it's like that could just feed into so many different things, like the CDL.
There's literally no end to what the ceiling of Warzone is.
Like I said there's no ceiling, especially when you have a new Call of Duty come out every year and you integrate that every single year. It's like a fresh new game,
new weapons, new everything,
new 60 guns, and if they really commit to like new map, bro, like it could just be so big for a long. That's what's different between every battle royale.
Yeah,
the customization with loadouts.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Unlike the other, right?
You're stuck with the whatever gun you pick up off the ground, the same one that everyone else has.
My biggest concern, one, is obviously Warzone and what's going to happen there, but more importantly is like, how many more years can we afford to not do right by the public? You know what I mean? Like people will get sick of it at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't risk the same way that we can risk Nick going to fucking wherever the fuck he went, Jack going to fucking Apex, as good as Apex is, right? Because it is a good game. Can't have the same thing happen with pro players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, facts.
We as an org are going to be fine. Okay? We our job is to create content. We do really good at that, right? Same way as you. You're good at content. FaZe is not going to have no problems, right? What about the other orgs that are only relying on Call of Duty to be fucking good?
Exactly.
And an audience to be there? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not as simple as just not even paying attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I even heard a fucking tweet from Activision that said, hacking is going away, this is why, this is when, awesome. And then guess what? If we get to July 4th, which is the date where everything's fixed, and on July 4th they're like, yo, we need a couple of more months. All right.
It's just more so about communication, man, and just letting us know, like, are you ever gonna put an anti-cheat? If you can't do it, if it's not possible, then say it. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, then everyone can make decisions from there. But you're just letting things kind of just spiral out of control right now.
It is, bro. And I don't get worried, but it does. I do notice these things. And
of course,
like having the streamers that we've always wanted to have in Call of Duty leave because of anti-cheat is just not the way.
Even like the way like the league is set up, the CDL, like for a lot of people who are trying to come up, I mean, they're saying like there's like cheaters in like the challengers and stuff like that. And
yeah, I don't. There's some cheaters, but the majority of the stuff is just there's no rules. That's like people are using. There's no GAs.
Really,
it's like the fucking pit. Like, you use what the fuck you want to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So every week is something different. You know what I mean? There's the level of support, and again, I get it, right? It's a massive company, and I'll never understand the economics or the way the way that thing operates. But try to explain it to me, at least, please.
We'd love to know.
Yeah. Any closing comments, man? I kept you here for a while. You're here for another 5 hours.
Hey, man, I'm here. We're probably gonna get some food and just kick it. I'm here for a while. Nah, but man, just thank you for having me. This is, like I said, 17, 18-year-old me would be going crazy right now. You know, and it's just awesome to see.
What would you tell somebody that's your 17-year-old self right now in their own stuff, in their own like setups?
Wow, I think it's more so like understanding, like figure out what your passion is, right? Understand what that is, and then for me, I just always kind of just watched how other people moved as far as like how they got to where they are, and kind of just mimicked it, man. How hard it takes, how long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Took me 7 years.
Yeah.
Thing is, patience is always key, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes gaming may not work out.
Yeah.
But I think if you have that love and passion for it, I mean, that can feed into so many different areas of your life.
Yeah, I like what you said earlier, where like, you know, money is one thing, sure, but if you're proud about the content that you create, you know what I mean. Like I drew those things up there. I'm not making no money up for that, but I'm happy that I created that.
Exactly.
That's a piece of content that you're putting out there that you get to share with people. And maybe some
Exactly.
people like it, maybe some people won't. But at the end of the day, you created something, and you should feel accomplished in creating
Most
that.
definitely.
Well, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you,
man.
man. Won't be the last time, I'm sure.
Definitely not.
Everybody tuning in, thank you so much. All of his information is going to be in the description down below. If you guys have any questions, hit them up on Twitter or Insta. And again, huge shout out to DoorDash and Burrow for sponsoring the podcast. And we'll see you guys again on episode 102. Yes, I know I skipped 100, but still trying to make that one special. So episode 100 might come like after 110. I don't fucking know. We'll fucking see. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.